Okay, guys. So, to me, the Rock Tars are getting a little out of hand. You know what I'm saying? With their words. Very disrespectful, very provoked. It's kind of crazy that you guys would get so mad at so many people because they love a child. You would get really mad and upset with people that loves a child just like we love Ronnie, and we're still holding on to the day that he gets his victory. It makes no sense that you would get so upset. So upset. You are so pressed that we love the Lord and forsake no other and love children too. You so pressed that it's some good mothers and good fathers out there. You are so pressed. You are so pressed that it's some good people out there. And that makes you dangerous. And that makes you, you know what I'm saying, crazy. Because you sit there and will let this girl fake milestones, hurting this child more, so she can sit there and keep you guys entertained. You guys, you stupid people that don't even care about your own damn kids, can give a rat shit about your own kids. You're happy to be entertained while a child is suffering. That boxed her in structure, sir, you will reap what you sow. And everybody that done hung out with this girl, knowing that this child is hurting and in pain, you will reap what you sow. Auntie J, thank you. Thank you. I knew God would send me to a right place when he sent me to your channel. And it wasn't even by circumstances, because I wasn't even looking for it today. I was minding my business. I was minding the business that paid me. Some of you guys don't understand that lingo. When you get to that lane, you will find out. Just like all you motherfuckers gonna fuck around and find out. Keep on playing with God. Hashtag Save Junior. Justice for Ronnie. Quran came. Your death will not be in vain. It's sad how you guys will entertain this and be happy that this girl is hurting a child, so you can be entertained. But I'm going to leave the floor for Auntie J, because I think she did a better introduction than I just did. I'm going to give you the floor, Auntie J. God bless you, love you, and see you guys to the next episode. All right? And good night.
That I follow. And so sometimes periodically people will come to your, into your comment section or to your DMs, you know what I'm saying, and tell you things, because I know, because it's happened to me. But everything is not for the public. You feel what I'm saying? So every now and then, people will put out conversations, and so the page put out some text messages between them and someone else, y'all. And oh my God, I was up for 3 hours in the middle of the night doing some research. But before we get into that, a little housekeeping rules first. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, The Real Mrs. J. This channel is being built to support my beautiful daughter who's in college. So when you subscribe to this channel, you are subscribing to a great cause. So yeah, y'all, let me sip my tea real quick. Okay, so it all started because Chrisean put Junior, she propped him up, okay, in the playpen at the gym, which, I mean, we got to take what we can get at this point, okay? It's better than him being cooped up in that damn stroller, right? So, y'all, let me just go to Instagram real quick, because she stood him up and people automatically knew that she sat there and it was staged. So we're going to cap it. So as y'all can see, he at the gym.
Hey, little man. Ow. I like the outfit. I like the outfit. And say, Coach, we wearing black. They don't know. We wearing black.
And as y'all can see, Junior legs are spread wide open, which means that his legs were propped up that way for him to stand up. Because other than that, if he stood up on his own, then he would actually, his legs wouldn't be that far apart. You can tell he was struggling. You see that?
Ow. I like the outfit.
He looks so
I
handsome.
like the outfit. And say, Coach, we wearing black. They don't know. We wearing.
So y'all, so like I was saying, people was like, okay, she staged this. Obviously, it was staged, right? So after I was sitting there and I'm examining it and I'm just like, yeah, you know, she pulled his legs apart and literally like we see him swinging back and forth, but he's trying to hold himself up from falling because he can't stand himself up like that. His legs would have been closer together. Anyways, so while I'm thinking about that and I'm pooching around, I run into this text messages, y'all. So I had to take the screenshots because like I said, it's a private page. So everybody isn't on there. This page literally has about 80 people on there. It's not this big thing, right? But when I tell you, y'all, that conversation really... And all this stuff is alleged, okay? All of this stuff is alleged and for entertainment purposes only, okay? I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose anyone. But when situations look familiar, I just feel like I should let y'all know. So let me just go to the first part, okay? No more wasting time. All right, so this is what the conversation was. So someone says, hey, thanks for engaging with me in the comments. I've tried speaking with the larger creators, but they don't respond. I'm so happy to see someone cares so much for baby Chrisean. I know a lot of information that are facts, and that's capital FACTS, about him. I will tell you everything. Just block my name out because I don't want or like mess. I just want to see Junior get help. So the page was like, hey, I do care about his well-being as well. May I ask what the facts you know about Junior? So the person says, I now know exactly what's wrong with Junior and why she is so embarrassed and protective about it. Junior has severe cerebral palsy. His voice is so high-pitched because he has poor laryngeal control. And the reason he always seems congested is because the things he consumes goes into the lungs instead of his stomach. This is why he cannot eat. Next slide was the part the doctor tried stressing to her. He was supposed to have been coming back to see specialists and get CAT scans, but she told her family he wouldn't see a doctor until God healed him because they didn't have the last say so. Then she says the airway issue is the largest cause of death in children with cerebral palsy. Did drugs and alcohol cause it? Yes and no. Yes, because alcohol causes brain injuries during both. No, because there's a chance he could have had it either way. But drinking 100% intensifies what you all are seeing now, which is why he is regressing. Also, his voice is high pitched due to his vocal cords not having the ability to completely close. So the page was like, oh no, this makes me so sad because can he live a normal life if she gets him help like walking, talking, eating, reading, and attending school and stuff? And the person says, yes, which is why early intervention is so important. He may not be able to walk unassisted, but with time and dedication, he will definitely be able to do most things that people without disabilities do. So the person said, oh, we have to help the poor kid. I talked to Chrisean's sister too, and she said some of the same things you have said. How do I know you are a trustworthy source? And how do I know I can trust you? Do you mind if I post these? And the person said, well, she has money to sue if I'm telling a lie about anything. You can post it showing my identity, but I'm not lying. The medical records that leaked are real too. You can post it, but keep me anonymous, please, because I don't want any issues. I just want to see baby Chrisean loved correctly. So y'all, after that, I was just like, it was like ding, 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 ding in my head. Back in 2021, my cousin, her little baby, rest in peace, Giselle, passed away. And Giselle had cerebral palsy. And Giselle had a tube, that the NG tube that went through her nose down into her stomach. And that's how she ate. And she passed away from aspiration. And she was probably like 2 years old when she passed away. So that just came back to me. And I was just like, wow. Let me do a little more research, y'all. When I tell y'all, I was up late. All right. So I'm going to share with you guys a video. I'm just going to share a little bit of the video. But it's on YouTube, and it says symptoms of cerebral palsy. And y'all, this gonna tell it all right here.
In their arm movements or in their leg movements.
Cerebral palsy symptoms in babies might include stiff limbs or low muscle tone, inability to use one side of the body, asymmetry, or when one side of the body moves differently than the other side.
If a child is not walking at about 12 or 18 months of age, we start to investigate why could that be? Are they still making progress toward that goal? We're looking to see whether or not they're crawling yet. And if they're crawling, does that crawling look appropriate and symmetric with good movement that is going to suggest that they'll be able to walk soon?
Which is why it's very important to take your child to the doctor each month and on schedule, because they look to see, they check these things. They ask you, is the baby crawling? What's the baby doing new? They give you information of what your child should be doing, how many words they should be saying by now, if they should be walking, if all of that. So that's why they have to monitor the children. But if you're not taking your baby to the doctor like you're supposed to, how are they supposed to tell what's going on? How can they help? Why early intervention is important.
As the child grows, he or she might show additional symptoms of cerebral palsy, such as inability to hold up her head on her own, difficulty holding and using objects, clumsiness and frequent falling, losing previously acquired skills, toe walking, inability to sit on his own. Children who don't meet certain motor milestones or who have motor delays should be assessed for cerebral palsy. This is especially true for children who have conditions such as low tone, hydrocephalus or stroke, or who were born prematurely.
Things that we'll want to know about are motor milestones in particular, how they've been doing with something as simple as feeding, or something as complex as starting to crawl and walk.
So it's like all of those things that they were talking about, the not being able to sit up, the low muscle tone, all of those things are all the things that we saw as Junior was progressing. So it's not far-fetched. So what really, what brought it home, right, was, so when in that conversation, how it was, the person was saying that it goes into his lungs, and that's why, those problems are, with him coughing and stuff like that. That then brought me back to those alleged fake text messages between Marsh and somebody else. So I want to go back and revisit that real quick, y'all. So let's just get back over to IG. So y'all, I'm just gonna skip all the other BS because we already know about her looking at Reddit, yada yada yada. But this is the part that really stuck out to me. All right, so it said she got mad because when she called from jail, I told her I can't keep Junior. She kept promising me all this money and stuff, but days was going by and nothing hit my Cash App. Junior had nothing but the clothes on his back, no milk because he can't eat food, no blanket, no car seat, no clothes, no shoes, no bottles, no nothing. So he can't eat food. And the kids with cerebral palsy, you notice that when they have it severe, they have the NG tube in their nose for them to eat. And I also wanted to show y'all this little clip too, because from me looking at it, I'm just like, that's exactly how he looks, because you see how his arm is, and Junior's arm is like
child with cerebral palsy. It's a term called points of contact. Since Ari can't sit on her own, the only way for her to feel supported in the sitting position is by having as many body parts as possible touch the seating device she's.
So y'all, I just knowing from personal experience, and then I think about how congested he was and how dangerous that is, and him only drinking milk, and he's not getting the nourishments he needs because he can't eat. That's why he needs the tube, so the feeding tube, so he can be getting the nutrients that he needs. If this is the case, which it seems to be, y'all, it looks the same, and I implore y'all to go and do some research on cerebral palsy as well. From what I read and what I researched, cerebral palsy is like an injury to the brain while the child was developing. And so you can get it from, like the lady said, from what I researched, any child can be born with that, regardless. But of course, when you drink and do drugs while you're pregnant, that gives the child higher of a risk of having something like that. But y'all, I just hope and pray that Chrisean comes out of this religious delusion that she's in and gets that baby some help. Because the Bible does say, honor the physician, for the Most High hath created him. Yeah, y'all didn't know that was in the Bible? Yeah, go check that out. So if Chrisean claims that she loved the Lord so much, why is she not making sure that his child is okay? So I don't know, y'all. I hope behind the scenes, I hope like hell, which I can only hope, that, she comes out of this, this mental state, so that he can at least start to have a decent life. And can you imagine going through all of that and being taken from pillow to post? So he's full of phlegm like that because what he drinks is going into his lungs. So y'all, we heard exactly what we thought we heard when he was aspirating. And no, it didn't come from a damn flu shot. And no, it ain't no little fake cold. I think that it's come, in my opinion, allegedly, it's from the cerebral palsy. But anyway, I love you guys. Don't forget to like.
One trend that I do like, that I'm crying, God, to help me with these hard times. Woo! And now